what we've seen so far is that the consumer is resilient. They came back in force. So really like it. We're pretty optimistic about what we're seeing and how they're reacting, and we feel good about it. So it's been good.
Marc, in terms of the level of demand you've seen when you have reopened stores, has it surprised you? And specifically, what type of products are people focusing on?
Yeah, it's been surprising. Look, I think we didn't know. And you look at the jobs report that came out this morning, and everyone's in a little bit of a guessing game right now. But we certainly have blown through what our forecasted expectations were. So that's been very promising. What we're seeing is interesting. Look, we have a saying at Saks: men are the new women. I mean, men are back. I mean, men right now are representing about 25% of the volume in the stores that are open versus 15% or so normally. So that's big. We're also seeing, women's footwear, handbags. These are the businesses that are going, and they were going before. So it's been a little bit of new and some of the same, but super exciting.
I don't quite get that, the men are the new women thing. So I don't know what's driving that, Marc.
Hey, I don't know. I joke with my wife that, they probably just want to get out of the house, but I don't think so. I think, men are finding themselves. They're realizing they don't have two wardrobes. They were going to work, they were wearing a suit, they were wearing whatever. Now they're home and they're in between. So I think it's great. Men's footwear, for example, is up. It was up 25% last month. That's a business right now positive in this moment, in this environment. It's just crazy.
What about New York? Obviously, you haven't been allowed to open the flagship store. How much is that hurting right now? And are your plans deterred by the protests that have often turned violent, as we've seen looting across New York City, given what's going on?
Look, we're taking New York day by day, obviously, and we've been generating business with our stylists out of the New York store because they're operating virtually. I never feel like we closed our flagship. We physically closed it. We are going to be ready. We're going to be ready to go curbside next week, and we are, as long as we get the go-ahead, we are undeterred.
There's been clearly some changing ways that consumers have spent during lockdown, and it, I guess, accelerated a structural shift that we've seen over the last 5 years or so. Do you think the added shift to online will stick after we fully reopen again? Are you worried about that?
Not at all. Saks has a growing and flourishing digital business that we've spent money investing in, and we're excited to have that grow. I think where Saks, as a luxury player is going to win is really the combination of our physical presence and our digital presence. That's where we've been investing the last several years. And candidly, maybe what's happening now is merely an acceleration of a strategy and what the future was going to look like anyway. So we are ready and we are excited.
What does the future, Marc, look like for department stores? During this crisis, we've seen one of your big competitors, Neiman Marcus, file for bankruptcy. JCPenney, maybe not a direct competitor, but all sorts of questions about whether this just accelerated the decline of American department stores.
Yeah, I think first, painting the department store industry with one broad brush is dangerous. A lot of us were investing, getting ready, thinking about digital, thinking about stores, thinking about fusing together the high traffic digital platforms and the high converting store platforms, and we were readying ourselves for the future. So I don't think there's going to be problems for, a Saks Fifth Avenue, for example, that went into this strong, with a strong balance sheet, prepared to invest into the business and prepared to run coming out of it.